Hey guys, my name is Caleb, and this is
Brandon McDowell.
okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about today's reading. Today's reading is 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Yeah. So just a little context. Brandon, where are you at right now?
I'm actually in my son's bedroom.
Okay. All right.
Because not there.
I am in. This is the chair that I read in every morning. It's in our basement. So.
Gotcha.
Just a little.
Yeah, I'm usually at the kitchen table in the morning, so
Respect.
It's rather loud in there at the moment. So
okay, well, let me give a little context to 1 Corinthians 3, and then I think you have some pretty awesome point to share with us. So 1 Corinthians 3, I think, is best kind of just pictured in the context. Remember, the previous 2 days, 1 Corinthians 1 and 2, really all through chapter 4, were sitting in this context of the church in Corinth was divided. You had some Bible teachers that people really loved and they favored, and so like they were just kind of splitting into camps. And ultimately, that's just not helpful for the people of God to split into camps on who their favorite Bible teacher is, because what is pointed out in chapter 2 that we read yesterday is that God's people are all filled with the same Holy Spirit that knows the depths of God. So, like, if that is what's inside of all the teachers and inside of all of us, then Paul's making the argument, and I think rightly so, there should never be any division among God's people, because God's people cannot be defined by division. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely.
So what were you going to say on that? Because I thought like what you were telling me was pretty awesome.
So I kind of looked at it as, and I think this is where all of us at. So he starts off and he's talking about how, I couldn't address you as spiritual people. I come with you. I started off feeding you milk, and I think for a lot of Christians, that's where they're at. They never feel like they get on the meat, and they stay in this place for so long. But I began, like, as I read this, I was thinking of like a farmer. He has to have a mindset of like what he receives, his wages, it has to be for the long term. So if he starts off weak, he's going in, he has to do the work early on, and he has to really rely on God. It talks about foundation. So many times, likewise, in the spiritual realm, it's God that does the work. He's the one that's using men and women. He's the one, maybe one man plows, one man plants, one man, harvests. I just think it's really encouraging for us, especially in this time. We don't get to go to church. And I think too many times we rely on pastors to do the teaching and the preaching, but we're the ones that called. And I feel like, just like the farmer, we have to look to the end game. We have to start sowing seeds. We have to be willing to water. And that would just kind of really stood out to me. So.
Dude, I think that's so good. I love even what you're saying, because it matches into verses 13 and on, where it's talking about, hey, listen, at the end of the day, if you've got stuff that doesn't actually matter, it's all going to get burnt up anyways. It's like this idea of a refining fire.
Yeah. And I guess what I thought was cool, like your videos yesterday, you talk about how, they're focused on, well, Paul did this or Apollos did that. But man, even in every man's life, it's God that does the work. God draws people to him. And he's using men in that whole time. And I thought about me and you. You were one of the first ones that said, dude, let's go through some Bible study together. But you don't get the credit for that. God gets the credit. You were just there in that season. So
for sure.
Oh, man.
Man, I love it, dude. Well, hey man, thanks so much for doing this. This is kind of a weird new idea.
So yeah, I'm here for you.
All right. Well, guys, listen, we will see you tomorrow. We're going to be in 1 Corinthians chapter 4. And remember, that's going to be kind of the end of this first section of 1 Corinthians. Remember, this first 4 chapters is all about Paul addressing division in the church. So, practical takeaway for the day, and I think what Brandon pointed out, is don't let there ever be any division among the church on especially silly stuff that doesn't ultimately matter. Okay? We love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.